Is there something that you've recently gotten clear on or that you're getting clear on? And how does that make you feel? I'm asking because I've had clarity come into my life lately, and it's felt a bit overwhelming or even a little bit scary because the things I'm becoming clear on are, perhaps getting clear on, let's say, red flags or uncomfortable things that I was ignoring, things that I want to avoid. And it's interesting when we can look back and like, oh, I wasn't clear on that, and I didn't know to stay away from that, or I integrated those people or that situation or that environment into my life because I just wasn't clear that it wasn't good for me. And there's a place of getting unstuck with it. But it also feels like this space between receiving the clarity and like perhaps the overwhelm or the disappointment or the fears that come in receiving clarity on something that you wish you would have been clear on before. And there's a sweet spot where you can feel into, or where I can feel into, where we can feel into a bit of relief and surrender around now we know, but not quite feeling 100% sure or comfortable yet, or still not 100% regulated into our bodies, that we're safe from whatever we weren't clear on, that we want to let go of. If that resonates with you, let me know in the comments below, and maybe let me know what you're getting clear on, what you've gotten clear on, how that makes you feel. I'm Kristen. Welcome to In the Good. We have our weekly conversation around just the energies of the week. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a psychic in Puerto Vallarta, and he texted me this morning and saying, I feel everything shifting. I feel the transformation. I feel everything becoming unstuck. And I agreed with him. I do feel that things are becoming unstuck, but there's this place of like, where do I go now? And the fear that can be in the unknown. And so I'm trying to lean into the excitement, the endless possibilities that can be in the unknown, in jumping into a time frame where perhaps our future selves have been pulling us into a place where we know that we can go, the entire time we know that we can get there. And there's our future self like, yeah, you've got this, you made it, you did it, I'm here for you. All right, let's see what card wants to be pulled. What's the clarity? What's this clarity about? What are the feelings and the emotions around the clarity? Where's the transformation? Where's the light? What's the way forward? Understanding. So it's understanding that in many ways we block ourselves. We are the mountain, right? We are the mountain that we're trying to move past, that we're trying to climb over. We are sometimes that mountain that is the obstacle. Like, we're doing it to ourselves. And we're seeing this freedom, this place of wanting to join in on, this feels like the ancestors, the people that have come before you, those that inspire you, who have moved through a place of feeling blocked. Because a mountain, which in the Lenormand is this obstacle, right? The Lenormand cards. But a mountain for me also is very vast. It's very beautiful. If you climb a mountain, you get a huge holistic perspective. You can see everything. You can have a huge vantage point. So it's that which is the obstacle is also the miracle. That which is the obstacle is also the gift. That which is the obstacle is also, that thing that we climb and we strive and we have courage and resilience and we make it to the top and we can see where we've come from and where we're going. And sometimes to get clarity on where we've come from can be, it can be a little bit jarring to feel that's where I was, that's the position that I put myself in. But also in recognition that you were always doing the best you can. You didn't mean to lock yourself inside of a cage watching others soar above the sky, right? I'm seeing a mountain range and then a big sky, and you look up in the sky and above the mountain range are these beautiful birds and they're all flying, right? They're flying over the obstacle. And we all can. These white birds feel like the crown chakra, the mind, the mental clarity. And notice that there is this opening there waiting for you. All you have to do is go to the other side and trust and have faith in yourself and your wisdom and your inner knowing and all your knowledge and all the talents and gifts that you have accrued. Everything that all the memories, all the things from the past that have taken you to this place where you are right now. And you can't be anything other than who you are in this moment. And that includes the past. That includes the places of lack of clarity where you didn't know any better. And there is the transformation. And the transformation is right beyond a big opening in a cage that's just waiting for you. You don't need to unlock anything. You don't have to bust anything open. It's simply there and it's waiting. And it's been waiting for you. What you want, what you desire, that future self is there waiting for you, welcoming you into the pack, welcoming you into the fold. This looks to me like all those parts of yourselves, all the ages of yourselves, and how it all comes into union together to make you who you are right now. And to be very compassionate and forgiving and understanding that you've always been pulling yourself along. You've always been there for yourself. The Five of Wands, inner conflict with the various parts of yourself, with all your past selves, with all your past ages. And there's no need to be. You don't need to be in conflict with what you didn't know, who you weren't at the time. It took every moment of your life, every situation of your life, every relationship to form the next version of yourself. And you'll always be evolving and changing for your entire life. And there's a magic coming forth. It's like the path, and there you are now with the passion, with the fire. This also feels like allowing anger to be an energy of creation. Like, instead of being angry towards yourselves or others or situations where there was a lack of clarity, where you did feel betrayed, where you felt trapped, where you felt not in belonging, where you felt left out. That sacred fire that rests within all of us. that makes us all powerful creators anytime that we want. To just simply realize that we have passage waiting for us, or the passage is there. The window is open. The cage is open. You know how to fly because you've been learning how to fly this whole time. I'm seeing a butterfly, and the butterfly is out of the cocoon. Its wings are all dry. It's ready. It doesn't have, and there is no being in the cocoon and doing all of the messy, challenging. When the caterpillar's in the cocoon, it's always this kind of very challenging experience for it. What it has to go through. It's like you've already been through that. It really is about the fire of transformation and the tossing out, literally the taking out of the trash, the tossing out of what no longer serves, and throwing it into the sacred fire of the earth, like symbolically. And you can just imagine yourself like throwing situations into a big fire pit in the middle of the earth, and the earth takes it down and gets rid of it. You know what? Let the earth, let nature, let the ancestors, let the angels, let all of that take the burdens away from you. Allow that energy to help you and to support you. You don't have to do it on your own. Even if you feel alone, you can connect into the earth, into the animals, into nature. Five of Cups, feeling emotionally tired. There's that throwing everything into the earth, right? That's what that feels to me. It's like you want to take yourself on a visualization to a beach, anywhere you want, into a beach at twilight or the middle of the night. And you walk onto the beach and you see a fire pit in the middle of the sand, sacred fire. And you just imagine tossing, all that doesn't serve anymore, but also everything you're trying to analyze, everything that you're trying to figure out, everything that you're trying to unwind or untangle, that has been, if I could only figure out what were the particulars of that situation, what were the particulars of that relationship, how all these things that are tangled, and it's like having a tangled ball and you're trying to tease out, all these things, and it's like, just stop trying to figure it out. Throw it into the pit. Sometimes you just have to, really do let it go. And we talk about letting go a lot, like release this and let go of that. And it's easier said than done. And it has to be an embodied experience. You have to feel really ready to let it go, to let it leave the body. And you're not ready until you're ready. And I think this message is coming out, this reading is coming out because those of you that are watching need to know that you are ready to feel into that place in the body that it's ready to release whatever is stuck in these isolated areas of your body. For many of you, it's going to be stomach, solar plexus, pelvic area, heart. And when these things leave, there could feel like there's this empty space, and you've created more space, right, for creation to be the creator, but it can feel a little empty. It can feel a little, what am I going to do with that? I feel alone. I feel empty, and you're not. And to just have at least a recognition and a self-awareness around that space has been created. And although you don't know what you want to fill that space with, or maybe you do know how you want to fill it, but you don't know how to fill it, or what resources you need to pull in and, in real life to get there. And just to maybe allow yourself to feel that you've created an empty space, that something has gone. Maybe there's grief attached to letting go of it. There can often be a grief or a sorrow around letting go of things that even that were uncomfortable or scary or holding us back. And that's just human, and it's okay. It's better to surrender to that feeling, to not resist it, because then you'll be able to move through it more quickly. What fell out of here? The Page of Swords. So it's like stepping into clarity, baby stepping into clarity. It's like you're realigning and relearning. It's like the brain is reorganizing. Your brain is reorganizing as you're truly letting these things go. As you're walking yourself down this beach to a fire pit and burning, letting it go, leaving the cage. For many of us, our heart has felt caged. Like the heart wasn't able to fully expand and be as open as we wanted it to be. And that cage was formed there to protect. And you don't need to protect your heart in that way anymore, because you have clarity to know what's good for you, what's dangerous, what doesn't feel good in the body, what's making you anxious. What in your inner knowing is leading you away from a person, a situation, a thing. And it's like you're going to be a student of this new way of being. It's a student of this new self of yours that is stepping forward. Some of you really are going to be taking courses or taking workshops or getting mentors or stepping into different positions where you're going to be learning from new people. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be a more free experience of living and of working and of being and progressing forward in life, in work specifically, in a way that feels less caged, right? Where everyone is working together and they're all in their learning process, regardless of what the title of the person is. You're going to find yourself gravitating towards, and perhaps already have that opportunity in front of you, where everybody is on the personal growth track, whether they call it that or not. Maybe it's ambition. It's ambition to, in that way that's healthy, that's always wanting to learn more, do more, expand more. With the Eight of Swords, it's just recognizing that this has been a part of the path and it doesn't have to define you. This isn't your identity. You don't need to, your identity is not wrapped up in this struggle, in this sense of loss, in this feeling not seen, held back, not understanding why others seem to be more free and you don't. I also want to say that others can often look like they're in a better place than you are. And a lot of the times it's not even true. We have this perception that nobody else is experiencing this, that it's just us. When everybody's experiencing or goes through this on some level, but some people don't want to talk about it, they want to suppress it, and therefore don't move through it. So regardless of what their life looks like, you're way better off in the end to be in this process, to be vulnerable and to have the courage and the self-love and worth to really admit when you're not feeling good or things aren't going your way or you feel completely trapped. I'm mind screwing myself. It's just like, it's too many thoughts, too much trying to figure this out. Well, if I do this, if I do that, if I compromise this, will this relationship work? Will this business work? Will this, if I just figure this out, and you're spinning a web. That's quite easy to escape because you haven't bound yourself with anything that's real. You've just bound yourself over and over and over again with the loop of your thoughts. And to be able to really look at yourself, to look at all the parts of yourself can be exhausting, but it's also very freeing. So it's a week of transformation. It's a week of rebirth. It's a week of trying to relax, to let yourself feel tired, to eat good foods, to exercise, to move the body, to admit how you feel to yourself and others, and to lean into the compassion in your life, whether it's yourself or other people, and to really to know that your inner protection system is there for you. You don't need to lock away your heart, lock away your emotions. I don't want you to see it. I don't want them to see it. I don't want anybody to know. There's something about being secretive and private, and obviously you know who you can talk to and who you can't talk to. And you want to be private with those that have earned your private thoughts and what you're privately going through. And nothing has to be about a secret. Nothing has to be about shame. You don't have to pretend to be nicey nice when, or like everything is great when it's not, but you can also have grace and courage and acknowledge the resilience that you have to be in life, to be in meaningful life, and to continue to produce, to create, even when you're in these yucky spots. And the Four of Swords is exactly about that. It's about this nesting. It's about feathering your own nest. It's about this healing space. This looks like a womb. It's a bird's nest, you know? So it's like perhaps this bird is out of the cage, has been trapped, and he's going to a nest to relax. I just need to relax a little bit. I need to relax the mind, relax the heart, regroup, get to know myself in this new place. Who am I? Knowing that the core of who we are is always there. We keep the parts of ourselves and we don't deny them, but we have to accept our own evolution of our personal growth and be really solid in it before we can expect other people to do that. So I think that's the lesson of the week. That's the message of the week, is relaxing, taking some time to yourself, knowing who you can be private with, not being ashamed of any secrets of what you're doing, what you're feeling, and in recognition that you're in a spot where you just need to get to know a little bit about where you are now, who you are now, and taking the time to do that before maybe making the big bold splash. While you're resting, you get done what you can get done and you continue to move forward. You're not going to stop creating. You're just simply going to perhaps slow it down, baby step it, do what you can, let people know that you need help, let them know that you need support. And I think that if you are feeling blocked or stuck, that even just admitting it, really admitting it to yourself and having that moment, maybe you cry for a minute, maybe you give yourself a piece of chocolate for a minute, maybe you lie down, maybe you talk to someone, is to acknowledge. You might find that you're able to move through it enough to keep moving forward. Thank you for being here today. Check out Love on Friday, Career Advice on Wednesday. I'm Kristen. I appreciate your being here, and hope that you subscribe if you want to listen to more of these talks, and I would love to have you a member of the community. Please give me a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me, and I will see you next time. Bye.